One of the more unfortunate things that I have to deal with on a daily basis is the fact that a decent chunk of my students do not live in a concrete family unit. Meaning, one or both parents is out of the picture. Whether by divorce, or arrest, or inability to care for their child. Any number of reasons, but the point is, a lot of my students don't live with both parents in the same household. Which means, sometimes, they're at dad's over the weekend or mom's over the weekend and left something there that's not at their normal house, so they didn't bring it back to school, or they left it there, or left it at home, or forgot to take it. I mean, there's any number of reasons why their work isn't done and turned in. Or mom or dad, the one that they don't live with, is less likely to encourage them to do their homework and assignments and turn things in and remember permission slips and all that. But one of the biggest things is a custody change. You would think that in the event of a divorce or custody battle, the person that wins out, whether it be mom or dad, would be the one that most wants the child to be with them, and therefore has their best interests at heart, and therefore wants them to succeed in school. And sometimes that's the case. However, sometimes the custody changes. Example, I have a particular student who has recently changed custody from one parent to another. And since that time, he has done even less than he used to when it comes to schoolwork. And I've made phone calls and sent emails and notes and done my best in class to help him. And despite all my efforts, this child will likely fail the rest of the school year. And that's unfortunate, because when it feels like I am getting angry or frustrated or just pushing him beyond what he's supposedly capable of, it's construed as me being a bad teacher and picking on him. When in actuality, I'm the only one that's doing my darndest to make him succeed. And I hate that. I really hate that. When the time comes that the person who's doing the most for success, in the hopes of success, is viewed as the person that's hurting the situation. That's just wrong. And I realize sometimes their situations can't be helped. Sometimes kids need to live somewhere else. Sometimes parents need to live somewhere else. And sometimes kids are forced to face things that they should never have to worry about. Like, where am I going after school? Who's going to be there? How are brother and sister getting up? It's hard for me to describe because I didn't grow up in that unit. I didn't grow up that way. My mom and dad were at home. They cared about our grades. They cared about our schooling. But most of all, they cared about us. And quite frankly, there are a lot of students in my class whose parents don't care about them. And it's disgusting. And I hate it. But there's nothing I can do about it except push this child harder and then be viewed as the mean, strict, grumpy teacher as a result. When all I'm trying to do is love them and make them better than what their parents have not shown them. and it ticks me off. And I can't be honest with the parents because then I get the principal called on me and the school board called on me, and I lose my job for trying to be the best. And no, that hasn't happened yet. I have not been documented or even talked to or even accused of anything. But the point is, it's happened to others. There are stories of teachers all over who have lost their jobs or lost credibility even. Not, if not their job, at least credibility. For pushing their students to be better. But it's just viewed as aggressive and distasteful by the very people who should be glad that it's happening. Because, good grief, if you're not going to push your kid to be better, if you're going to let them come home, dump their bag, and go and ride off with their friends for the rest of the night until all hours of the morning, and then come to school and sleep in my classroom for the entire day, and then tell me that I need to leave them alone. Tell me that I'm being pushy and bullying them. It's absolutely ridiculous. So if you're a student watching this video, your teacher cares. The reason they push you, the reason they get mad when you don't turn things in and keep you at recess and keep you after school and give you extra things to do is not because they're being mean. It's because they care about you and they want you to have a better life than the one that you're seeing at home. And if you're a parent watching this and you don't know if this is a problem, it probably is. And you are likely part of it. So buck up, tighten your bootstraps, and get involved with your kid's life outside of sports and dance and taking them to see R-rated movies and allowing them to stay up online on Xbox talking to people across the world. Knock it off and show them that there is a life better than what they have seen from you. And if you are a parent who loves your children and you aren't even sure what I'm talking about because you don't understand how anyone could possibly be like this with their own children that they birthed and kept and care for, then thank you, because you're doing it right. I'll see you Monday.